This is Mitra Ranch. Here, they have one of the very few ziplining spots on the island. A quick adrenaline rush before the long drive up to El Nido. It's thrilling to go through each run. With the beauty of the island all around me, it's easy to lose yourself in the moment and enjoy the surroundings. For my last run, I switch it up a bit.
That is a good back stretch.
Back to position. Is my face all red? Okay, yeah, that last one. Great back stretch. I needed that. Felt really good. I had all these crazy emotions because it's relaxing and the scene is beautiful at the same time. That was really fun. That was a blast. And now it's time to head back to the road for my next destination up north. From Mitra Ranch to Taytay.
During the Spanish colonization of the Philippines, Taytay, fun to say, right, was the administrative hub and the capital.
On the edge of the sea is this imposing structure.
Santa Isabel is one of the oldest structures that exists here in Palawan. It was built in 1667 in honor of the Spanish Queen Isabella II and was used as a military station during that period.
Today, it's a fascinating destination to explore and get unparalleled views of the city and water. You can explore the fort to your heart's content. Cannons trained towards the sea for defensive purposes. Father Time has battered the fort, but it still is an explorer's dream. I am in search of luxury, and my next destination offers that, perhaps in the most striking way imaginable. This is El Nido's resort's fabled Lagen Island. Upon first glance of the resort, it feels like a James Bond film. But as surreal as all this looks, it's not a fantasy. This is all real. Nestled between a lush 4-hectare forest and a calm, shallow lagoon, Lagen Island, El Nido Resort's eco-sanctuary island resort, has the densest forest over limestone out of the 45 islands and islets of Baquit Bay. Lagen Island serves as a sanctuary for a diverse variety of birds and mammals. In fact, the resort encourages guests to wake up early and go for a spot of bird watching. From these majestic-looking emperor pigeons to kingfishers, troops of monkeys, there's wildlife everywhere. And this is not a coincidence, because this is the El Nido Marine Reserve, which is a protected area.
At El Nido Resorts, we take pride in being one of the most awarded properties in terms of environmental conservation and sustainable tourism for development. We are also very strict in terms of waste management. We practice segregation at source. We have here different ways by which we ensure that before coming to the materials recovery facility, we already have segregated our trash or our solid waste. Aside from the solid waste management, we also have our own desalination plant so that we won't need to compete with the locals in terms of freshwater consumption. This plant transforms seawater into fresh water where it goes through a process called reverse osmosis. This new fresh water is what we're using in all our properties. We use this for the toilet, for the restrooms, and of course also for our swimming pool. Palawan is called as the last ecological frontier. This is because we are the only remaining island in the Philippines with pristine forests and with intact terrestrial wildlife. Aside from being the last ecological frontier, we are also part of the Coral Triangle. This means that Palawan is the center of marine biodiversity. You can find almost 70% of all marine wildlife here in Palawan.
Lagen Island has a total of 51 rooms that incorporate timber, recycled from old Filipino homes for floors and furnishings to evoke charm and quiet luxury. There are 18 water cottages built on stilts above the water, with a panoramic view of the cove. Designed for maximum tranquility and calm, all rooms feature full-height sliding glass doors that open to a private veranda. Can you imagine a better view to wake up to? Lagen Island is branded as a corporate or individual traveler's resort. With unparalleled privacy and amenities, you can easily see why. There's a wealth of activities available at your disposal. If you want something a bit more rigorous, you can enlist the services of a staff member and go for a hike. Armed with mosquito repellent, my guide Lover, cool name, takes me on a private hike, and he is a walking encyclopedia.
So be careful. This one is an antipolo tree, or Artocarpus blanco in a scientific name. And the bark of this tree used by our native people or indigenous people that live into the mountain as their clothings. So they get the bark of this tree, then it smashes until the cotton-like fiber comes out, and it will make for their clothings.
Like tops,
yeah,
so they make
tops
shoes?
and not really, but for the locals or native people, they use it into their down clothings.
Okay, that's cool.
Bahag. So this kind of tree is what we call taluto in a common name, and as a Tersymbium tinctorium in their scientific name. The first tribe that lived in the island used this tree as their means of communication, as an old Morse code, just like that. They're just hitting the trunk by the hard stick or wood. Then it creates sounds that vibrate from the trunk to the top of the tree, that creates some sounds that send it. The message will send through the air. So if there's some tribes that live on the other side hear the message, they are also answering by hitting the trunk of this taluto. Because this tree is a little bit hollow and soft, that's why it creates some vigorous sounds when you hit.
As we make our way deeper into the jungle, it unsurprisingly gets denser. But the trekking path with guided ropes will ease any concerns of getting lost.
So this is the crawling bamboo. And as you can see, some of them are crawling up or clinging onto the trunk and the branches of the trees. This is not like ordinary bamboo that is standing on the one stalk. This kind is about crawl and have some branches. So please avoid holding on this kind of plants or in these trees. Because as you can see, there's small granules that's surrounding onto the trees. That makes you itchy. But if accidentally you hold it because of your out of balance, you hold it. So please don't rub your hand into your clothes because the granules may stuck onto the fibers of your clothes and make you itchy. So the first thing that you do if you accidentally hold it, just gently rub it into your hair.
Really?
Yes, ma'am, because when you rub the granules into your hair, it will stuck onto the hair, and when you walk, it will be blown by the wind.
On the other side of the island, you have the option to kayak back to Lagen, or just chill on the beach in complete privacy. What a beautiful way to spend an afternoon. Besides hiking or bird watching, there's another way to get grounded and connected with a serene environment. I decide to do some stand-up paddleboarding in the warm, inviting, and calm lagoon water. How's this for a soundtrack? Just the gentle lapping of the waves and all sorts of birdsong reverbing off the limestone cliffs. It feels great after that arduous hike. If you can tear yourself away from your over-the-water villas, another option is to jump on a boat and catch your own dinner. Fishing right now. This place is so peaceful. The reason for that is actually because this is a protected marine reserve, which is why you don't hear any boats. They limit the boat activity, and there's no water pollution, there's no sound pollution. It's perfect. Wait, oh my God, that's a little baby, look at that. My first fish. So I just caught a thread fin brim. This, ladies and gentlemen, is dinner. We just need about 2 or 3 more. Even with your tiny catch, the chefs can prepare something quick and elegant. But food is not on my mind yet, because there's so much to explore around El Nido. It's been a super zen and relaxed experience at El Nido. Besides the wonderful resort options, there are so many iconic and picturesque stops that are breathtaking. It's hard to showcase them all. Take this sandbar, for example. I have this place all to myself. Or private beachfronts where you can sit back, relax, have a drink, and take it all in. For my last stop, what I have in mind is the fabled Lagoons of Palawan. If you want to beat the crowds and have this place to yourself, you need to get up early. My first stop is the small lagoon, but this outrigger boat is not going to get me there. I need something more nimble. A kayak. Rowing in, it's like entering another world. Grand views open up to the limestone cliffs. The color of the water, the ambiance, is ethereal. I can kayak here every single day. This is the perfect type of exercise. It's the great arm workout, core workout. What more can you ask for? Can you imagine just waking up and this is your view? I'd be so much more fit than I already am. This is what exploration of an island should be all about. In nature, surrounded by boundless beauty, no other tourists in sight. The adjacent Big Lagoon has a different vibe. It's got a wider entrance, but with shallow water all around you. This is without a doubt one of the most beautiful spots on our planet. And it's amazing to think about the sheer volume of Philippines' unexplored locations, with 7,000 islands on offer. It also makes me realize what a surreal trip it has been. From riding on the chaotic but beautiful roads, all the luxury experiences, the people, the cuisine, it's almost overwhelming. But guess what? My journey is just the proverbial tip of the iceberg. There are literally thousands of secret lagoons, hidden waterfalls, and secluded beaches on this island paradise that are all waiting to be discovered. You just have to get here.